So this is what my kitchen looks like first thing in the morning when I come down. I have got out the things for breakfast. We're having porridge this morning, so there's raisins and oats on the side. There's mugs for breakfast, and I've got some cinnamon out as well. The first thing I'll do is pour the water that I've left to filter overnight into the kettle so that I can start the day with a nice cup of tea. I like to put the raisins in at the beginning because then they swell up slightly with the liquid and it just makes for a slightly more juicy breakfast cereal. A dash of cinnamon, a cup of oats, with 2 cups of milk, or 1 of milk and 1 of water. This morning I decided to do 2 cups of milk. I do use semi-skimmed. If I was using full cream I wouldn't use both milk, I'd do milk and water. Just needs to come up to the boil. I'm just making myself a cup of tea. And you can probably hear my little one making sounds in the background. Now, the other thing that I do in the morning is I boil a flask full of hot water. So I heat it and then I boil the water in the kettle, fill the flask up, make my cup of tea, and then I pour the water back into the kettle. And then I pour the water from the flask back into the kettle, bring it back up to the boil, and then fill the kettle, and that does me my hot drinks through the day, and then often also any water that I need for rice or vegetables in the evening. I lay everything out ready for when I need it, and then I can just serve it. If you fill the porridge pan up, it makes it easier to clean later on. We like to have sugar on our porridge, so I put some on mine, and then I put a little bit on the milk in the tea, milk on the porridge. I just love that cold and hot sensation in my mouth. And then a little bit of milk, and I'll mix up the porridge so that it's easier for little one to feed themselves. All set up, ready to eat. After breakfast I put all the dirty dishes in the sink to soak. I'll then stay downstairs and drink my tea, and about 8 we'll go upstairs and get dressed. So I picked out clothes, dirty clothes are folded. Then we have a quick tidy up around the house, or read some books. This morning we read some books, and then we headed down to Asda. We got back about 10 to 11, so this is an hour before lunch, and I started making the soup. Lunch today was carrot and parsnip soup. I peeled, topped and tailed them. I'm going to roughly slice them, and when they're all sliced they can go in the pan. The carrot is really the basis, and then I do about half the amount of parsnips, just to give it a slightly sweeter, nuttier, creamier taste. Most days we make bread, so it's a teaspoonful of yeast, 500 grams of flour, and a tablespoon of sugar, a teaspoon of salt, drizzle of oil, and 350 ml of water. Into the bread maker, and 4 hours later we'll have fresh bread. And it was time for lunch. Honey and peanut butter and bread, and we normally eat around 12ish. Then my little ones had nap time, and it was time to tidy up my kitchen. Normally I'm quite good about doing this as I go through. Carrot and parsnip soup's finished, but today's been a little bit chaotic. I always do the dishes after lunch. 12:30 till about 2:30 is mummy's time. Let's put away shopping, clean and tidy up, and maybe have a little bit of a rest. So today's shopping was tomatoes, mustard, potatoes. I got some Angel Delight as an easy dessert. This is the state of the living room. It is so messy, but hopefully I'll get most of this tidied up while nap time happens. And in the end I did get all of this tidied. Once I started, it only took about 5 minutes. But I forgot to get an after. Then I decided to paint this. So I've taken the shelves out and I've scrubbed it back. We're painting it white to match the rest of the trim in the room. I finished it. I think it's going to need a second coat, as you can tell. Then the washing machine was finished, so time to unload the washing and hang it. Then time to prepare dinner. It was chicken casserole tonight. It was alright, not amazing. Here's all the ingredients. I was going to do an after, and on camera I just couldn't get it to not look like a dog's dinner because it was very beige. So yes, that was my day. It's just the way things go. Sometimes you don't get the after shot that you wanted. So yeah, that was my day in life. Bit different, and I've realised how little I sometimes get done, and also how chaotic my day must seem to a lot of people. But yes, I didn't get the after shot of the living room, and I was going to insert a clip today because everything's all tidy again today and exactly the same stuff as in the living room, and then I didn't manage to get it during nap time, so that's not happened. And I tidied the toys, like switched the toys out, did a rotation, and I couldn't remember what was out and get it all set up. And this video's got to go out tonight, so that's not going to happen. Yeah, dinner I just could not get to look nice, so I haven't got a shot of that. But after dinner, so we ate dinner, and then after dinner we just played a couple of games and went to bed. I don't film at all in the evenings or do any like editing or anything, simply because that is our family time. But all we do after dinner is sometimes do some craft, or we'll do some reading, or maybe play a game. Our evenings are not that busy and they're not that exciting to film, and we're not up that late. I mean, dinner would have been between 6 and 6:30, and we're in bed by 9. So anyway, I hope that was an interesting glimpse into life, and if you enjoy these videos, then please do hit the like button, head over to my channel and subscribe. Thank you to those who have subscribed during this week that's just gone, and welcome to this channel. If you are new to this channel, check out some of my other videos, and if you've been watching for a while and you're not subscribed, please do consider hitting that subscribe button, and I will see you again next week. Take care and goodbye.